waiting for.
Yep.
How does it feel knowing what opportunities in front of you, the challenge that they're going to be asking of you, and you've been spending some time, maybe patiently, maybe impatiently, waiting for it?
It feels amazing. I feel like finally my time is now, and I feel like I've been patient, and I never questioned the decision I made to come here, and I knew I had to stick through hard times, and I feel like it's finally paying off.
How so?
I feel like now I'm seeing the vision from what Cartwright used to tell me in recruiting and being out there with the offense and stuff like that. I feel like this is my first spring fully healthy that finished, because last year I had like a little minor injury, but we're almost done. But it feels good.
We get to see so little in practice. So a play like you made in the seam on Saturday, you've had 11 other practices to think about. That's one that a bunch of people are watching. So, that's maybe what this is going to look like when you're making those, and I bet you've been making a lot of them. How was that feeling? Where do you feel like your game is now compared to a year ago to make that kind of impact in practice?
Yeah, I feel like my game has definitely enhanced a lot. I became a lot smarter, I think. I'm playing faster. I lost weight, so I'm definitely playing more. I would say I'm definitely playing a lot faster. Everything's slowing down. I know every position, so if I know like the defenses, Coach Patricia is doing a good job trying to mess us up, but I still be knowing what they be doing.
What is that? What is the weight? Brad, what is your weight, by the way? You said you've lost weight.
Oh yeah, right now I'm 201. Yeah.
Cornell said it's the number change.
Oh, number change?
The number change.
Yeah, I feel like my old self again.
I mean, is there something to that? Kind of feeling like you weren't just really being able to be yourself this year, whether it's the injuries, number change, body change, whatever it is.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I could say that, maybe a little bit of number change, but when you feel like now's your time, your mentality also changes. And last year, still being on like the backup, quote unquote, now the opportunity to be a starter, now your mentality totally changes, and I feel like the number changes well, my body changes, so I feel like it's all coming together. So yeah.
Are you looking forward to your roles getting bigger this year? You had a starting job. Everyone still talked about you as a leader last year, even in a smaller role. How did you kind of learn to grow your voice, have a voice, even if you're not having as big of a role as some other guys on the team?
Yeah, Emeka used to tell me I was the energy source in the room. So for him to tell me that, I knew the team would also look at me as the energy source. So whatever I needed to do, whether it was vocally or during a block, just making a big block and celebrating with my teammates and doing everything I can off the field, on the sidelines during games, whatever it needs to be done, just to be the best leader I can and just do whatever it takes for my team to win.
Was it ever difficult to kind of keep that energy when you're competing or trying to get on the field more?
Nah, my energy's always high. I would say my energy's always high. Some days it's like, it's kind of like you can't. It's like you feel a little off, but then you have your teammates to bring you up, and you have other guys like Carnell and all these guys and all these big personalities in the room that also bring you up. So I feel like us as a whole, we're a great receiver corps.
When you had your shot to make plays last year, you made them, right? I mean, how does that buoy you, lift you going into this season where you're expected to be a constant in that regard? You know what I mean, Brent?
Yeah, we call it competitive excellence, making the play when your number's called. And I feel like every time I get the opportunity to get in the game, they see that I'm putting good stuff on film or bad things, and I don't want to put bad things on film. So that was just my mindset. Every play, just put a great thing on film.
Do you have to gear yourself up mentally to the fact that you're going to probably play more? You understand what I mean? This year compared to last year, is that the grind, so to speak, of it?
Yeah, I definitely know like what's ahead. I'm just learning from Emeka. I know what he left. I know the footsteps I'm following, and I definitely know I'm going to be playing a lot more, way bigger role, and I'm gonna just do everything in my power just to uphold that standard.
Brandon, what about just it seemed like you did just enough last year to get the taste of what it's going to take to win your national championship, but not enough to feel satisfied with it. Would you agree with that? And in that regard, how do you kind of balance that mentally? I still need to do more to get to where I want to be, but you've already reached the national championship.
Well, you're always chasing something. I don't think you're ever satisfied. I mean, as a team, at the end of the year, we were satisfied with the outcome. But personally, you can always find an inch better. You know, we always say find that inch, and you're working towards one goal every day. And I feel like daily, you come in here with the mindset of what's one thing I can focus on getting better today, and that's just my mindset. And Coach Days talked about in spring ball enhancing our skill set. And every day I've thought about in the morning what's one thing I can this is something like just I thought about what's one thing every day that I can come out here and enhance on the field, and I focus on one thing every single day, and I feel like that's helped me the most so far.
Brandon, what
How-
about
how
your
did
skill
you-
set makes you a perfect fit in the slot with what this offense requires?
I could do everything. I could run every route. I'm quick. I got great hands. I'm physical. I create separation very easily. I feel like I got that mentality to play the slot. I could take hits over the middle. I could do the dirty work. I could insert and block linebackers. I do things like that. And I feel like that's what you need at Ohio State.
Brandon, in this age of football, kids transfer in and out all the time, and that's their journey, and that's what works for them. You stayed.
Yep.
How has that benefited you? How has that kind of built your journey and who you are?
Yeah, I always trusted the process. I would say that them hard times definitely. I didn't really question entering the transfer portal. Honestly, I've always thought like this is the place for me. God's put me here for a reason. I'm gonna stick through it. And I kind of live by this quote: God gives his toughest battles to his toughest soldiers. And I feel like that's just something that I carried throughout the last year. And I'm like, I know my time's coming, so I'm just glad I'm finally seeing it.
Describing the player you are right there. That's Emeka Egbuka. Do you kind of see yourself as like a very similar player to who Emeka is?
Yeah, I feel like Ohio State, we always have them type of players on the slot: Jackson, Emeka, KJ Hill, type of guys like that. I feel like I fit into that category.